Hello, good morning, everybody. This is Margaret Yang from CMC Markets. In today's video, we are going to have a quick recap of last Friday's non-farm payroll and market reactions towards that. And then we are going to discuss about Saudi Arabia's Aramco IPO, which was announced on this Sunday. So it was a breaking news and we will take a look at that. So let's open the market calendar and go back to last Friday. Cool. Then you will find non-farm payroll is right here. Okay. Market expectation was 89,000 and the actual number turns out to be better than expected, 128,000. Previous month's number was revised up from 145,000 to 180,000. So overall saying the non-farm payroll was quite strong, and unemployment rate stayed at decades low of 3.6%, plus wage growth year on year was 3%. Overall it's pretty strong. It has two implications. First is that Federal Reserve will have less reason to further cut interest rate down by end of this year after 3 consecutive months of cuts. That's the first thing. And second is that it actually defies the recession fear. So US market went up very strongly last Friday. You see this. If we zoom in into a 5-minute chart. Okay, so this is the non-farm payroll announcement, and since then the market is trending up to a record new high. So I remain a bullish view on the US indices, and I believe that there's a chance that S&P can go up to 3,300 points in the next 12 months based on a bottom-up analysis posted by Bloomberg. And also technically, if we draw a Fibonacci extension by picking up these 3 points, a low, a high, a higher low, then it's an upward projection, and it suggests that S&P's next resistance will be at around 100% Fibonacci level, 3,100, followed by 3,256, and finally 200% extension level will point to 3,351. Okay, so this is a technical and fundamental analysis on S&P, but of course the market will not make it way all the way up there with no correction. There will be correction in between, healthy ones. So let's take a look, keep an eye on it. Okay, another thing is Aramco's IPO. Well, this is nothing new. We have been hearing about this IPO preparation for almost 2 years, and finally it's out. But to my surprise that Aramco will be listed domestically in Saudi Arabia's exchange. So that means it's really remote and not accessible to global investors, and it's very much constrained within domestic and some institutional funds. Another thing is the size of the IPO. Although Aramco is the world's largest company and is more profitable than any listed US companies in the world, however, it is planning for only 1 to 2% listing of its shares. So that will translate into probably only $12 to $24 billion in a public tranche, which means that the size is really small and it won't have a very big impact on our market. And last but not least is the timing. The company, it is highly correlated with crude oil prices. So let's take a look at oil prices. Since April of this year, the price has almost been trending lower, and recently it was ranging between $50 to $60 per barrel. It's pretty weak because of plenty of oil supply in the market and tepid energy demand outlook, as US and China are still fighting a trade war. So the timing is not really great. But on the other hand, it can also be translated into a reasonable valuation of Aramco in initial public offering. So for this one, I will say it's not as significant as it looks like because of the location, the size, and the timing of this IPO. So if in the future Aramco will consider for dual listing in New York or London, that will make it a much more significant deal. That's all for today's morning brief. I hope that you have learned something from this video and enjoy trading. Thank you.